I'm Jeff Levin. I'm the Chief Development Officer at the Greater Miami Jewish Federation. And like most of you, I spent October 7th glued to the television watching that awful pogrom. And I watched it with my son, Gabe, a combat soldier in the IDF who was home on leave, scheduled coincidentally to return the very next day. And as we drove to the airport that Sunday morning, I have to tell you, I felt like Abraham walking his son up Mount Moriah. And in that moment, I understood why he always hates it when people thank him for his service. Thank you for your service, he sneers like this. Why are they thanking me for my service? He doesn't regard it as a service. When he told me he wanted to enlist, he said, we have one Jewish state, Dad, and they all defend it. And who am I not to go and defend it too? He regards it as his sacred obligation. You know who else doesn't need to be thanked for their service? Us. This work isn't a job for any of us here at FedPro. This work is our sacred obligation. We're blessed to do this work. I know it gives me the sense that every day I have agency, that I'm making a difference, that in some small way I'm marching alongside my son, fighting on behalf of the Jewish people. People often want to know what it's like to have a son over there, and it's like this. On the Friday after he returned, I got a text toward the end of the day. It said, Dad, all of the cameras and sensors on the border wall are down. All we have is our eyes now. I never really knew what a sleepless night meant before I got that message. And so the next day, we're having lunch, and you know, these kids, they don't call, they only text. And my phone, right? And my phone is on the table, and I look down, and it's been ringing. You know that feeling? Like it's been ringing. How long has it been ringing? And it's him. And so I grab it. I don't want to miss a call. Hello, hello, hello? He says, Dad, Dad, Dad. I said, what? He said, do you have the password for the Xfinity? Because I want to watch the Michigan game. That's your hero. That's your hero. Our heroes are 20-year-old boys in men's bodies, ordinary kids in extraordinary circumstances. And there was another thing that happened on that ride to the airport. He told me that he had a friend in service who had decided he wasn't going back to his unit and risk being sent to Gaza. I've done enough, he said. And Gabe was enraged. Who is he to say he's done enough? Who is he to say he's done enough? And couldn't all of us feel the same way? Haven't we done enough? It's been a month of 16-hour days. We see our families in short bursts between events, hardly sleeping. Is there anyone here who hasn't broken down once crying in the office? We've raised $600 million. Haven't we done enough? Who are we to say we've done enough? So why am I here at FedPro? To connect with all of you, to regroup, and gain strength for the ongoing effort that it will take for all of us to see this fight through to the end. Because as Pirkei Avot says, the day is short and the work is great and the master of the house is impatient. My dear friend and colleague Ophie Olsen-Cohen is here today. She survived the collapse of the Champlain Towers in Surfside, Florida 2 years ago. And she said she learned in the wake of that event that you can't take away anyone's pain, but you can ensure that no one suffers alone. So why am I here at FedPro? I'm here to make sure that none of us suffers alone. I'm here to support and be supported, to hug and be hugged. Because chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek, be strong, and we will strengthen each other and give voice to our eternal value that if you're Jewish in this world, even if you're all by yourself, you're never alone. Am Yisrael Chai.